The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
That version. His version didn't have the brass and the stuff. I'm going to play you a song a bit later on. You know I've discovered Dylan. By the way, good evening, Late Night Alternative. I'm Iain Lee. Catherine Boyle is there.
Word.
You know I'm into Dylan now, and I think I'm going to be, or maybe I am, as annoying a convert to Dylan as certain people are when they discover Christ. You know when they no, I'm not knocking Christians, but some people when they get it after years of being a heathen, they bang on about it all the flipping time. I'm the same.
And they assume no one else has discovered it before them.
Assume, yes, and they assume everyone else is interested. And I don't care whether you are or not, but I'm going to play a song to you today. Again, it's another Bob Dylan song, one I'd heard before and one I'd liked before. But again, another version where this version's got an orchestra behind it, right? I was in floods of tears listening to this. I've had a weird old day today. 0344 499 1000, Talk Radio. You can listen to us on DAB, download the app, or you can go to talkradio.co.uk. If you want to watch the radio tonight, you go to periscope.tv/Iain Lee. And tonight we're coming to you live from an old ship. Listen. There we go. I think we
might have sprung a leak.
It's a windy, rainy night, and we are aboard an old ship. Here we go. There's the water. Forgot to tell everyone we were
Is that the wood creaking, or is that you?
Yeah. So, there's so much. I've been really thinking today, Catherine Boyle, about how much I want to share with the listener, and what I want to share with the listener about my, because this show, right, Zach and Ricardo, stay there, we'll come to you in a bit, 0344 499 1000, call me about anything you want. I'm the most honest presenter on the radio, and I'm the most humble. That's a joke, that last bit's a joke.
That was a good one.
But I am probably one of the most honest people on the radio, and I was really thinking today, because I was keeping busy today, I was really thinking today, how much do I want to share with the listeners about what's going on in my life? And I thought, actually, I want to share all of it. And so for a while I was going to share everything that was going on, and then I was thinking, well, okay, why would I want to share everything? And the main thing was I thought it will sound bloody good. Well, hey, let me follow my train of thought. I thought it will sound good. I thought I would stay listening to someone who was about to spill everything that I was possibly considering spilling. And then I thought a little bit more. I thought about it all day. Just kept going back and forth all day. And then I thought, well, there are a couple of people out there who don't have my best interests at heart and could use some of the information I was going to put out there and use it against me, and it could cause some problems in some work areas and stuff like that. So I'm not going to say anything. And then I thought, well, what is the middle ground? What is the middle ground? What is the compromise I can reach where I am being honest and open, but I'm not putting myself in jeopardy or anybody around me in jeopardy? And I couldn't really find... I couldn't really find a good balance. So, what I'm going to say is, today I've been thinking a lot about really wanting to take drugs. I've been really thinking a lot. And for those who know, I've kind of been clean and sober for about 13 years, and there's been a couple of little wobbles and stuff, but today I've been thinking about taking drugs a lot. It's really been on my head quite a lot, guys. I've been thinking, some drugs would be nice. And now I know. Realistically, drugs would not be nice. Well, no, drugs would be nice for about 20 minutes, and then it would be like 24 hours of... But I've been thinking about it a lot. And I'm saying it because I feel I kind of need to be honest with myself, and by saying it... And I know I've told you this stuff, and there are a handful of people I've told this stuff, and I've gone into more detail with, my nearest and dearest. And I feel that by saying it out loud, right, by saying out loud that today I've really been craving's a good... Obsessing's probably right, but I've been obsessing about taking drugs today, and I didn't take drugs today, and I haven't got any drugs, but I've been thinking about it a lot. And I kind of thought that by sharing that, because I have talked about my sobriety in kind of veiled ways, but it's a veil made of what's that thin material that you can see through?
Chiffon?
Yeah, it's like a veil made of chiffon, so you can see through it or move it out of the way. But
like a veil.
A veil, veils. Yeah, veils. Veils are made of chiffon or lace.
Yeah,
could do. So I thought I would share that. The 13 years clean and sober kind of came off the rails a little bit. So we're we're not anywhere near that now. There's a little relapse. But today I've really been wanting to take drugs quite a lot, and I'm sharing that because I know that we have lots of people who listen who struggle with drugs and alcohol and sex and food and gambling and all these other kinds of, and self-harm and all these other kinds of things that are bad for us, but that are addictive. And I'm not saying it because so you'll go phone in and go, oh yeah, man, I love you. I hope everything's all right. I don't want any of that because that won't do anything. I am sharing it in the spirit of honesty. I'm sharing it because there will almost definitely be people at home who've got a half-empty bottle of wine or, have got a couple of lines left of Coke or a few more rocks left or whatever, and they're feeling crap because they've not been able to put it down, or they had 6 months clean, or they had 10 years clean, and they've got this stuff there. And I'm saying, you know what? It's all right. Not saying it's all right to go off and fall off, but it's all right if you've fallen off the wagon. It's all right if you are obsessing about using stuff that is not healthy for you. But the best thing that I can do, and I suggest you do, is go and tell someone, whether that is a counsellor, or that is a doctor, or that is someone in one of the 12 steps, or whether that is Catherine Boyle. Tell one of those people, and then the other, and then also, and I mentioned the 12 steps. I've kind of not been going to meetings for a while, and I don't want to. This is the weird thing.
I know, because I've been asking you to.
Yeah, I don't want to. And as I've started talking about meetings, I've got a knot in my stomach. There's something that is saying... There's something that doesn't want me to go. Now, it could be that it is, the evil forces at work in my head that is going, dude, you don't need meetings because you're fine. I'll look after you. And by the way, let's go off and score some gear, and then we'll talk about it when you've got some. You won't feel the same when you've got some, wraps in your hand. So it might be that. I don't quite know what it is, but I do know. I think I know that I don't want to fall down the drug rabbit hole again because there's too much to lose. There's this wonderful career that is blossoming, and there is my children and my sister and her family who arrived back in the United Kingdom today. But there is a part of me, a small part of me, a small yet significant part of me that's thinking, yeah, man, some drugs would be wicked. Some drugs would be wicked. And I feel guilt. I'm looking you in the eye saying it. I feel guilty.
Don't feel guilty.
No, but I do. I do feel guilty. I feel ashamed.
Well... That's the thing. That's not...
Yeah. And that's why I'm saying it out loud, because the shame is natural, and if I don't say it out loud, then the shame echoes in my head, and by saying it out loud, that diffuses part of the shame. And it doesn't be ashamed. It's a disease. You wouldn't be ashamed if you had cancer. Maybe you would. I don't know. Hopefully I won't find out. But, you wouldn't be ashamed for being an asthmatic. And, it's a disease. And I got this disease, man. And it turns out, I thought that after 13 years you were cured. But no. Turns out it's with you forever. So I am at a moment... Basically, what I'm saying is, have any of you guys got any drugs I can have? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, but I'm not. Well, I said more than I was going to say.
Well, can I say something?
Please do. Yes.
I know there's no point in me saying don't feel ashamed about it, but here's the thing from my point of view.
Yes.
I worry about you as my friend.
Yeah.
And I would rather you told me what was on your mind than me guessing and wondering and worrying all the time.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome. That's why we're on an old wooden boat, because there's no chance of us scoring anything on this boat. There's only me... Catherine and James, the cabin boy stroke dealer. I'm joking! So anyway, so that's out there. And it's on me, and also because I'm getting divorced. I've hinted at that, and I think I said I'm getting divorced, and it's been going on for ages, and it's miserable, and I feel weird after Australia, and I feel discombobulated, and I feel strange. So my head is all over the place. So I need to get some. I need something. So I'm saying it. I'm putting it out there. I'm saying it out loud. Please, 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 don't phone in and go, oh, love you, I'm sending you hugs. Don't do that, because that will make me make me hate myself even... I mean, if you do it, you do it. I'm not telling you what to do. But that will make me hate myself even more. So, you know, I'm just saying that whilst you might think that were helpful, that would not be particularly helpful.
And that's why I think you should keep a lot of stuff to yourself.
So I've kept myself really busy today. Mm-hmm. The family are away, so I'm back in their house in Windsor feeding the pets. And I've kept myself really busy. Got up late. Their TV had died, so I bought a new TV and I had to put that in and get that all tuned up and stuff. And then there was I had a lot of stuff to take to the dump, right? So I went to the dump. I love going to the dump, even though it's not what it was back in the day when my dad found a wonderful old accordion or when I found a Barry Manilow record. I still like going to the dump, right? So I loaded up the car with rubbish. The recycling centre, I do apologise.
Call it the dump, everyone else does.
The tip. So I went there, right? And because I was keeping busy all day, keeping busy. The devil makes work for idle hands. And so I went to the dump. And on the way there, into Dillon, right? On the way there, this song came up, okay? And I'm going to play it in a bit. We're going to be late for the ads, but I just don't care. This song came up that I'd heard years ago and had liked. In fact, it was the only Dillon song I'd liked for the last 30 years, right? But it was hello?
Sorry.
But it was a different version with an orchestra. Right, and this was when I was kind of praying to a higher power, saying, "God, you were in recovery. You kind of have a higher power." And I was just saying, "God's will, not mine. God's will, because my will is to go and score. God's will is to lead a pure life." So I'm thinking, "God's will, not mine." And then this song came on. Right, this song came on, and I'm listening to it, and it was a higher power moment. It was the most beautiful thing. I'm going to play it now. Forget the ads. We'll bunch all the ads up. We'll do them in a bit. Right. So this song came on, okay, and we'll just shut the door a bit so we don't hear that, disturb that. And Bob Dylan, right, and the singing's a little bit off, but I like his off singing, right, and it's got an orchestra, right, and I found this, and there's a line about something like, there's a bit towards the end, 2 minutes into it, get me a cabin in the woods, find me a wife, get me some kids who call me Pa. I guess that's what life is all about. That line, it was like, oh, Jesus. Now, this may not have the same profound effect on you. Right, loads of people calling in. We'll come to you in. This may not have the same profound effect on you. I'll be surprised if it did. You might just like it and think it's a nice song. You might think it's a crap song. It's only 3 minutes and 52. Deal with it. But when I was driving along asking for inspiration from a higher power, and then this came on, I just thought, well, that's something a little bit, isn't it? So have a listen to this.
Sign on a window says lonely. Sign on a door says no company allowed. Sign on a street says you don't own me. Sign on a porch says three's a crowd. Sign on a porch says three's a crowd. Her and her boyfriend went to California. Her and her boyfriend done changed their tune. My best friend said not till I warn ya. Bright girls are like the moon. Bright girls are like the moon. cabin in Utah. Marry me a wife, catch rainbow trout. Have a bunch of kids who call me Pa. That must be what it's all about. That must be what it's all about.
I love that over-the-top harp as well, isn't that? He's about, I'm guessing, he's about 27. And he sounds like an old man, and he's about 27. And I heard that song, and I just burst into tears. I had it on repeat in my car as I was driving to and from the dump and coming into work. I was in tears. I was in tears because it just, something. So then I get to the dump, right? Honestly, this has been my spiritual journey to the Slough Council tip, right? So then I get to the dump, and I got this old TV, the box, the new TV came in, and some rubbish bags that somehow had been missed by the bin man. So the car stank and all this stuff. It was dripping everywhere. So I get to the dump, and I park up next to this car, this car, and there's a guy there, right, who's emptying his car. And we get out, I get out, and we say hello, and he says, I know you from somewhere. You're on the TV, aren't you? The Jungle. He went, oh, yes! Loved you in The Jungle. I thought you were brilliant. Gives me a pat on the back. I thought you were brilliant. I really enjoyed that. Well done. I said, oh, thank you, man. It was a lot of fun. And then he started talking, and he said, I used to be a sprinter. I was like, all right. He said, used to run the 400 metres. My ears pricked up a bit. Bearing in mind, all the way to this journey, I've been asking for God's will, not mine. God's will, not mine. And he said, I used to be a sprinter, 400 metres. I was like, oh, he's pricked up because I used to run 400 metres. I said, oh, all right. And he said, yeah. I said, you any good? He said, yeah, I was all right. I got a gold at the Commonwealth Games. I think he said gold. Got a medal at the Commonwealth Games, 94. And then the year after, something, I couldn't quite hear what he said, but something happened and that kind of scuppered his career. I said, oh, man, well, that's a shame. And then he was showing me where he said, I got a job as an engineer to pay the bills, and he showed me where he'd nearly chopped off his finger. And he said he works as a mentor now. He works with some other athletes who did go on and have careers, and he works with them and does all this kind of stuff. And he mentioned a few names that I'd sort of heard of. And then he said, you're on the radio now, aren't you? I said, yeah, I do a late night show on. He said, oh, right, okay, right. He said, only I'm working on an app. And I thought, oh, God, here we go. And he got his phone and said, I'm working on an energy app, right? And it monitors energy use in the house. Oh, right, okay. And I said, can I download it? He said, no, it's only in a beta. I said, is it in a beta? He said, it's in a beta, but I just, hopefully this will be the thing that makes it for me. I said, I'll tell you what, man. If you've got a card, thinking, this guy won't have a card. I said, if you've got a card, I'll send you an email. And he gets his wallet out, he's looking for a card. I'm thinking, he's not going to have a card. I'm being polite, right?
Well, outwardly polite. Inside you're going, this guy's not got a card.
Well, I was thinking, this guy's not got a card. But he was a nice guy. He was a really nice guy. And we kind of clicked, right? And he found a card. And we hadn't said his name, right? And he handed me his card. And this is a trick I learnt in Japan, right? It's very rude to take a card and put it in your wallet. When someone gives you a card, you've got to look at it. Particularly the Japanese cards, because they put a lot of work into their cards. They're all fancy. Yeah. And I made the mistake of, someone gave me a card and I put it in my wallet, and that's rude. So I always do it now. When someone gives me a card, I look at it. Also, it's good because I'm not very good with names. So I look at it, and then I put it in my wallet. And I looked at it, and I said, this says you're Adrian Patrick. He says, yeah, that's my name. I said, dude, I used to go to school with you. He said, no, you didn't. And he mentioned the school. I said, no. You went to Claycott's primary school, didn't you? And he literally took a step back. He said, yeah. I said, and you left after, I don't know, was it a term or a year? He said, yeah. I said, I was in your class, man, and you left when it must have been in the first year. You left when I was about 5. And you won't remember this, because different people remember different things and put different import on things that other people find trivial. But you left, and we were really good friends. And I was traumatised by you leaving, because it was kind of the first loss that I'd ever experienced. You know, we hadn't had a death then, it's 5 or 6, whenever it was. I said, you were the first loss. And I remember you leaving. I remember it vividly, the scene. I thought it was with his older brother, but it must have been with his dad. I remember playing a little bit of playing netball. I remember it really vividly. And he said, I don't remember you being there, but that's incredible. And he said, I still think about clay cots from time to time. And I said, wait a sec, you're 44, yeah? He said, yeah. He said, man, that was me, I was there. And then I said, I used to run 400 metres, and I was quite good. And I ran for my school, and I ran a little bit for my county. And I said, I stopped when I was 15, because I raced against you, Adrian, and I didn't speak to you then, but I raced against you, and, I mean, he was like light years ahead. He was just from a different planet. And I went, there's no point in me doing this anymore. I've got as far as I can get. This guy is obviously going to be a superstar. And so we sat chatting, and he's given me his card, and I'm going to send him an email at some point. And who knows? We may never speak again. We may go out for a coffee. I don't know. But I just thought, today of all days, when, OK, coincidence, whatever, probably. But today of all days, when I knew we were doing the show from a ship, but when I was looking for meaning, for a sign, for guidance, when I was looking for guidance, right, to find a song that pierces me through the soul and made me cry like I haven't cried for a long time, and then to meet someone who I haven't spoken to for nearly 40 years, 39 years, right, and to someone who I shouldn't remember but had such a profound effect on me leaving, and then talking to him took me back to being that 5-year-old little boy who had not been tainted yet by sexual abuse, who'd not been tainted yet by cocaine, who'd not been tainted yet by excessive alcohol, not been tainted by any of that stuff. And I came away from... I'm going to cry in a minute. I came away from the dump, from Slough Municipal Tip, feeling... I'm going to say it. Feeling enlightened, man. It was an enlightening, spiritual experience.
Do you feel like you left more than just rubbish there?
Oh, I feel I took stuff away from there. I feel I took... I took a cleansing vibe from there. I took a positivity. I took a purity. I took stuff away with me, right? I took stuff away with me. Now, since then, I've still been thinking, some drugs would be quite nice, you know. But, when I had been asking moments before, literally 10 minutes before, for guidance from the universe, from God with a small g, from whatever, right? Because my head was not. My head was poisoning me, right, and was telling me lies, and so I was asking for guidance from outside to get a song that skewered my soul, right, and to meet someone who had such a huge effect on me 40 years ago. I mean, and I have no conclusion. And so the lesson I've learnt from that is I have none of that. But I had a sense of peace, and I had a sense that I had to share some of this with you, dear listener. So there we go. That's it. That's all I got. That's it. I'm done. On that bombshell, 0344 499 1000. We're coming live from a boat tonight. It's an old-fashioned wooden boat. Let's have a listen outside. There we go. It's very, very wet and windy out there. If you want to come aboard, 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Dead of night discourse for disco queens.
I'm related to Jedward and Dolly Parton.
Dairy farmers
Aye.
and distant fathers.
Yeah, whatever.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Doing lots of things that we don't know about, we can't control.
On Talk Radio.
Yeah, it's great.
03444991000. You can watch the radio at periscope.tv/Iain Lee. One clarification. I tweeted, and I tweet during the show, and perhaps I shouldn't, but the clip from yesterday where I suggested that on the day of the royal wedding, we all dress as homeless people and go to Windsor to cheer on, not to cause trouble, to cheer on the royal couple. And yes, maybe someone has called me up on the phrase "dress like a homeless person." Okay, maybe I could have phrased it slightly better. I'd struggle when I'm on the air because it's words coming out of my mouth. Maybe in the tweet I could, but the reason is not to make light of homelessness. It is to highlight the abhorrent position of my former council to, first of all, try and forcibly remove all of the homeless people from the route of the royal wedding. And when that failed, they're going to introduce a fine of £100 for homeless people, most of whom in Windsor I've had nothing but polite chatter with. So that's what it's for. It's certainly not making light of that situation. Let's go to Danette. Good evening, Danette.
Hello.
Hello, Danette.
Hello, Catherine.
Hello, Danette.
Catherine, you upset me the other night.
Oh.
When you said that I didn't like you. I don't even know you, but you were picking on Iain for something, and it just upset me.
There we go. Well, that upsets me that you'd think that. We're square.
Anyway, and I just want to say happy Valentine's to you both, for starters.
But why would you say that to someone? Because I don't get Valentine's. Why would you say that to someone you're not romantically involved with? Is it? I don't know. Is it a greeting?
Saying it to me all day.
Are they?
And I don't even know them. Yes.
Okay.
Iain, have you got a pencil and paper?
I've got a pen and paper. I don't have a pencil because it's not the 1970s.
Write down Jonathan David.
Yes. Why? Before I write it down, why?
Because you and I like the same kind of music.
Okay.
And he has a band called Bethel, Bethel.
Yes, Barry Bethel, yes.
And he has this amazing rock version of I'm No Longer a Slave.
Oh.
Okay. Bob Dylan's one of my favourites.
Yes.
And he actually marched with Martin Luther King.
Yes. Oh, did he? Gosh.
I was on honeymoon in Mozambique one day, and he had 10 years afterwards, he went to the island,
right,
which is not even on the map, and he wrote a song called Mozambique.
Oh, yes, I know Mozambique. It's from the Desire album.
Yeah, well, I was on honeymoon on Mozambique.
Oh, are you?
Yes. And I just want to say to you, before you get into drugs...
Yes?
I am about to publish my life story.
Oh.
And I will send you a copy of it.
Okay.
A copy of the book when it's published.
Yep.
Because, I'm 76. And what I'm saying to you is don't do things that your kids will be ashamed of.
Okay.
Okay.
Bit late for that.
Huh?
Bit late for that.
No, we all make mistakes. But there's time to repair.
Well, thank you very much for that.
And and there's another singer that you must listen to. He's called Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Do you know Rodriguez?
I do, yes, the Sugar Man. Hey, have you seen the film Searching for Sugar Man?
Yes.
Have you seen it, Kath? Do you know what it's about? Right. In 1968, this guy recorded 2 albums in America, and they sold diddly squat. Right? Have you seen this film, Kath? Kath hasn't seen it. It sold nothing, right? And then he disappeared, right? He disappeared. But it turned out that someone was like bootlegging these records in South Africa, and he became a huge star. And then everyone thought he was dead. And then they found him. Kath, are you listening? They found him, and he went to South Africa and played to these big arenas.
Gosh.
And do you know what? He played in Brighton last year, the year before. And my son went... And he said to me afterwards, "Oh, Mum, you should go and see this guy Rodriguez." I said, "Excuse me? You went without me?" I was so upset because my son knows my kind of music.
Yeah.
And Rodriguez is my kind of music. And
Rodriguez.
So is Dylan.
Sugar Man! He's great, Rodriguez. Everyone should watch that film.
Yes. He's blind, He's going blind.
No!
Yes, they had to walk him onto the stage.
Man. But he's still got that voice, though.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So please don't do anything that... It doesn't matter what you've done. Your kids will get over it. They really will.
Yeah, OK. All right, so hang on. Thank you. So she's saying don't do it, but if you do it, the kids will get over it, so do it. I like her style. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Experience the unconventional.
Hello.
The unpredictable.
Don't you think that's a bit weird?
And the completely unorthodox.
It was my birthday.
With rule-free Iain Lee.
I was just trying to generate a bit of content.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Hate alarm clock, hate going to work.
On Talk Radio.
Okay, so I deleted... I really... Twitter is like a drug. I keep going, but I really try and stay off it. And I've deleted the tweet about dressing like a homeless. And I could see... I could... Right, OK. Because everyone's a miserable old git. Right? The intent is pure. The phrasing is obviously not great. And perhaps the idea isn't the greatest idea in the world.
How else do you describe it?
Well, OK. Maybe going dressed up is perhaps not the way to do it. But... OK, so I've deleted that tweet... but only because some people were getting actually quite nasty, and there was no nastiness behind it. Wasn't saying it as a joke, wasn't saying it as bants, wasn't comedy. It was a genuine. It was genuine. I was prepared to do it because I live near there. I lived there until recently, and I think that Windsor Council's standpoint. Hang on a minute. I'm not the bad guy. No. Windsor Council's the bad... What are you having a go at me for, you absolute prunes? I'm not the bad guy. Windsor Council's the bad guy.
You're playing into their hands. This is about solidarity, and what they're doing is getting us fighting amongst ourselves.
Windsor Council is the bad guys, not me. Jeez. Ah, dearie me. Leanne just phoned in and then lost my nerve. Scary, maybe another day. Leanne! Call in, Leanne! Look, Leanne's got a lovely smile. She's from Scotland. She likes the leopard skin, wearing a leopard skin top and got a leopard skin...
And why not?
Leanne, call in. We will be delightful to you. I promise you. Let us go to Ricardo. Whoa, hey! Ricardo?
Oh, hello, Ian. How are you?
I'm good. Are you on speakerphone?
Well, I've got earphones in, but I haven't got speakerphone active.
Could you use the phone in the way that God intended it to be used?
Well, I'd love to, but it's an iPhone. It's broken after about 2.5 years.
All right, then. Well, in that case, let's not bother. Let's go to Pablo. Good evening, Pablo.
Hey, Pipit.
Are you on speakerphone?
Not anymore.
OK, too slow. I'm really...
Can I just say, when we take the phone calls, can you make sure they're not on speakerphone?
Let's just say, let's put them... Make sure they're holding the phone like the phone was meant to be held. I must admit, we've shot our bolt now, because the ones we got left ain't great. Zach!
Hi, Ian.
Are you on speakerphone?
No.
OK. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Are you holding the phone to your face?
No.
Well, you're not. Well, how are you speaking to me?
I've got my headphones plugged in.
Thanks very much for calling. Use the phone the way God intended it to be used. Otherwise, it sounds crap. It just sounds awful. You'd hold it like you're on The Apprentice. You're an idiot. Why would you have headphones in? And what? You're holding the phone? The phone's on the table? What's wrong? Right? Unless you have a real serious disability, like you're paraplegic or something where you can't hold it up. Even then, try and find someone. Maybe you're a lonely paraplegic, in which case, all right, hold the phone, dudes. Ewan.
Hello?
Are you on speakerphone?
No.
Were you on speakerphone?
No.
What do you want?
I just want to... earlier on, I was listening to Talk Radio, and there was having a discussion about if they think the landlord should let the tenants have pets in their properties.
Right.
And what I think is... I spoke to one of the producers, and I was saying to them, I think they should let them to a certain extent, like maybe have one or two of each animal.
One or two of each animal, like the flipping ark? Who's living there? Noah?
No, when I mean by a few animals, I only mean like maybe a dog or a cat or one.
2 dogs? You want someone to have 2 dogs in a bedsit?
and if they had a big house, it depends. Not if like you have a small house.
Right, so you will get the size of the pet and the numbers of pets would depend on the size of the house. So, if someone is renting a mansion, they could have a herd of ponies. And if someone's got a bedsit, what is it, a Russian gerbil?
No, but...
They eat each other, Russian gerbils. Don't buy Russian gerbils. They look cute. They eat each other.
Well, in my situation, the dog's scared of the cat. No, the cat's scared of...
So hang on a minute. So the dog is scared of the cat? So what... So have you told your landlord that? Is your landlord aware of the situation between the dog and the cat? Is that why? Say, can't have pets. Oh, no. The dog's afraid of the cat. Oh, in that case, bring them in. Oh, we'll have those, yes.
We only have one. No, that's my nan's dog and cat.
Your nan is a landlord?
No, my nan's dog and cat, because I go up there a lot.
OK. Catherine, could you do me a favour? The radio has turned itself off. Could you go and turn it on, please? I may not have plugged it in, so you might need to plug it in. OK?
Evening, Catherine.
Yeah, she's gone now, mate. Too late. You missed that.
Oh.
You missed that.
Oh.
Right. Well, OK, well, that's great.
Yeah, and I would just like to give a shout out to Mike.
No. Why are you giving? Were you giving shout out? When have we ever done? When have we ever done shout outs on this show?
I thought that this station was about you could ring up and speak about anything.
But not shout outs. It's not. We're not Radio 1 on 1989. We're not Ken Bruce giving big ups. Is it someone? Is it a friend? Is it a friend that you want? A friend or a relative?
It's for, a close friend.
Have you? How right? Close friend. So you've got their phone number.
Yeah.
Give them a phone call. Evening, CJ.
Hello.
Hello, CJ.
Hello, I can't hear anyone.
Andre.
Hi, right.
Yeah, good. Are you on speakerphone, Andre?
No, I haven't, but I've got my lappy on. I might have something good for you here.
Okay, beautiful.
All right, as I say, well done today for having a good day. Kathy had a good day?
She's gone to fix the radio.
All right, well, listen to this then. All right, squeeze, yeah?
Yes.
But call for cats. Ready?
Here we go.
Signals from the rocks above the pass. The cowboys take positions in the bushes and the grass. The squire's doing corporal when he's tired against the tree. She doesn't mind the language, it's the feeling she don't need. She lets us all the horses when the corporal is asleep. And he waits to find the fires dead and arrows in his axe. And Davy Crockett rides around and said, it's called for cats, it's called for cats. The Sweeney's doing 90 because they got nowhere to go. They get a gang of villains in a shed up at Heathrow. They're counting out the fivers when the anchors log again. In and out of Wandsworth with their numbers on their names. It's funny how their missus always looks the bleeding same. And meanwhile at the station there's a couple of likely lads who swear like as your father, and they're very cool for cats, they're cool for cats. To change the mood a little, I've been posing down the pub. I see in my reflection, I'm looking slightly rough. I fancy this, I fancy that, I want to be so flash. I get a little musty and a little cash. But all I get is blister and a nasty little rash. And by the time I'm sober, I've forgotten what I've had. And everybody tells me that it's cool to be a cat. Cool for cats. Is that all right so far? Bit of an instrumental here. Hold on. Right. Bit of volume, I reckon, on that, Lappy. That's it. Here we go. Hold on. Yeah, here it comes. Shape up at the disco, and I think I've got a pole. I ask a lot of questions, and she hangs onto the wall. I'll kiss her for the first time, and then I'll take her home. I'm invited in for coffee, and I'll give the dog a bone. She likes to go to discos, but she's never on her own. I said you'll see you later, and I'll give her some old chat. But it's not like that on the TV when it's called for cats. Cool for cats. I think that's enough for me for tonight. See you later. Bye.
of course, Chris Difford from Squeeze, who originally sang that, is going to be on the show next week with a guitar. So, Andre, if you want to phone up and sing it to him...
I'm sure he would love it.
I'm sure he would. One of my favourite... We've got no phone calls, by the way, probably because I've annoyed everyone, which is great. One of my favourite things I've ever done on radio was when the first time I had Sparks on the show, and it was when I was at LBC, and they were in the studio. And I'd never met them before, but I was making a real point, as I still do, of never really addressing the hit. Always, you kind of assume you've got, let me think of an example. I can't.
Johnny Rotten, we didn't mention.
We didn't mention punk. Johnny Rotten, we didn't mention punk, right? And when Sparks came in, I said, listen, guys, before he went on air, I said, look, I'm not even going to talk about This Town Ain't Big Enough. And they said, really? I said, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in everything. And I was, because I didn't know anything about them, really. And so they were, like, blown away by that. But my favourite thing was Vinny, a young girl who phones up now. She's still a young girl. She still phones up occasionally. She phoned up and sang This Town Ain't Big Enough for the both of us. And the looks of delight and the squeals of laughter from Ron and Russell Mayle. It was a joy to behold. They had no idea what was going on. It was fantastic. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Lots to talk about. Really, I feel I've bared my soul with you. You're welcome to phone in about any of that nonsense. Why have I written down 2030? What's happening in 2030? What have I written down there? I've written down 2030. I've written Adrian Patrick. We talked about that. This is the list of things. I've got news stories, but this is the list of things I've written down. Tonya, Pancakes and Valentines, Scent, with a C, which we'll get to, Adrian Patrick, and 2030.
It's not 8:30 p.m.
I don't think so. It's the last thing I've written down. 2030. What's happening? What year are we now? It's 12 years away.
Yeah, ages.
What have I written that down for? 2030. Listen, you can hear the boat creaking. There we go.
I know, I'm a bit worried about that wind.
Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Well, don't you worry.
Check this shipping forecast.
No. It's not. Those words aren't real. I've written 2030, and I know not. I know not why. Well, OK, there we go. 03. This is your phone in, guys. 0344 499 1000. Why the hell have I written down the words, the number 2030? Let's sit and wait for the phones to explode. Hello, caller. Why have I written 2030?
Yeah, because the guy passed the lie detector test from 2030.
Oh yes, thank you, Jonathan. It's the guy from the future, isn't it?
Maybe.
Thank you very much. That was it. It's because a fella... Now, I've not read the story. Get it up. I'll read it after 11, OK? So coming up to the news. Well done. There's a fella who has time travelled, doesn't even claim to. He has time travelled from 2030, and he said that President Trump gets re-elected, and I only heard this on the radio this morning, and that AI takes over and stuff. And everyone was like, yeah, all right, mate, whatever. OK, if you don't believe me, I'll do a lie detector
Did you not see his YouTube video with the fuzzed out face?
No, that's not the same guy.
I think it is.
No, he didn't come from 2030. He came from, like, the year 3000. The guy that we showed. No, that's not...
I thought that was him.
Find the story. Find the story.
I've got it.
Well, OK, well, hold on to the story. Tell me if it's the same guy.
He's got a fuzzed out face. It looks like him.
Oh no, it's not the same guy. The guy from the other time traveller was sat out in the snow. No, the one that had a photo and he said the photo's blurry. We're calling these people back, aren't we? Okay, cool. No, that's not him. Anyway, we'll talk about that. We'll get the exclusive from our special show tonight, coming to you live from an old-fashioned sailing ship. Who'd have thunk it? Thank you to all the bods at Talk Radio that have made this possible. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're very, very welcome. You are listening to us on DAB. Maybe you've downloaded the app for your pocket telephone, or perhaps you're listening online at talkradio.co.uk. Here's another thing. If you actually want to watch the radio, you can go to periscope.tv/Iain Lee. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain and Kath, only here on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Chasing rainbow winds, head up in the clouds. But my dreams would never end, but my eyes they're open now. I wanna be somewhere far away, somewhere where I won't be afraid. I wanna be sheltered, safe and warm. I wanna be somewhere far from harm. Always chasing rainbow winds, head up in the clouds. Thought my dreams would never end, but my eyes are open now. I wanna be somewhere in the sun, getting tan, having fun. I wanna be with the ones I love, hold them close, give them hugs. I wanna be someone's only one, not just for now, till better comes. Always chasing rainbow winds, head up in the clouds. Thought my dreams would never end, but my eyes are open now.
That's your Emmett Rhodes, isn't it, eh? That's your actual Emmett Rhodes, guys. Live on a ship. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio. My name is Iain Lee. Who are you?
I'm Catherine Boyle.
That's right. And we are here Mondays to Fridays, 10 o'clock at night until 1 o'clock in the morning, where we're replaced by Paul Ross. If you want to listen, did I say how they could listen to us? I'll say it again. DAB, download the app for your phones or go online to talkradio.co.uk. If you want to watch the radio, go to periscope.tv/Iain Lee. And it's a phone-in show unlike any other in that I don't really sit here with an agenda. I don't give you questions. I don't really very often give you topics or things like that. We kind of just sit here and talk about our day, and we've got some stuff in the papers and things that have occurred to us. And you're welcome to chip in on those things and share your thoughts, or chip in on other things and share your thoughts on those, or whatever. It's a drop-in centre for the lost, the lonely and the bewildered. Leanne and Pablo, stay there. We'll come to you in a second. We were talking about... we're obsessed with time travel. We're obsessed with guys who time travel, and it turns out there's a lot of them. We had a guy a couple of weeks ago. I think he'd been sent forward to the year 3000. Not much had changed, but he'd got on with your great granddaughter. And they live underwater. But no, that's a song. But he'd taken a picture of a futuristic city, but it was blurry.
Yeah.
So we listened to that guy, but then there was a guy today. Well, you read the story, Catherine. This is the latest time traveller.
And quote marks, time traveller who says he's from the future has passed a lie detector test.
So he's from the future then. If that was... Right. If this was Jeremy Kyle, having worked with Jeremy Kyle this week, I now feel an affinity with the gentleman and his programme. If this was Jeremy Kyle, he'd come out and he'd go, let's have a look at those all-important... Let's have a look at those all-important lie detectors. Will, bring me the lie detector. Let's have a look at those all-important lie detectors. Right. Well. You think he's lying, don't you? We asked Tony, have you travelled back in time from the year 2030? He's telling the truth!
Well...
Oh.
You say that. I believe Jeremy Kyle has, like, the best detectives of the human mind that money can buy.
Of course he does.
This is done by some bloke on Apex TV, which is supposed to...
They use the same equipment. Honestly, we had a lie detector on the 11 o'clock show, got rigged up to a lie detector.
I don't know how good or whether this thing was being operated by experts.
Mate, I believe it. It. Anyway, carry on.
Enjoy and believe in it, because I think it sounds like bullshit.
Of course you do. This is the voice of reason there. Me, I'm talking about you, the voice of the BBC left-wing remaining bias. Anyway, carry on.
They would disagree.
Yep.
A time traveller...
Stop, okay.
Who says he's from the future has passed a lie detector test. That should be in quote marks, a lie detector test. After claiming Donald Trump will be re-elected and artificial intelligence will take over.
Yep.
I mean, both those things are highly likely.
Yep.
In a startling YouTube video posted by Apex TV, who did the last one,
yes,
the man, whose face and voice have been distorted to hide his identity,
of course,
looks like a kid, like the last one.
Well, hang on, no, but
there's an explanation.
Okay.
Claims he risked his life to travel back in time. Apex TV says it is, quote marks, one of the biggest voices of paranormal content on YouTube.
Yeah.
With over 56 million views and 100,000 subscribers. His mission, he says, is to tell those alive now what the world has in store.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Among his predictions is the claim that Google Glass-style robotics will spread across the globe.
Google Glass-style?
Yeah.
Well, hang on.
Not necessarily Google Glass, but someone knocking it off.
That doesn't... Well, hang on. Google...
And it's not robotics, is it?
Google Glass-style robots. Those are just like 4 words. You just put Google Glass with the glasses that I very, very nearly spaffed $2,000 on, and then literally a week later, they said, "Yeah, we're cancelling the Google Glass program because it's bullshine."
Well,
Google Glass-style robots. Okay.
Robotics.
Oh, and remind me to talk to you about those dog robots. Go on. Yeah.
Technology will also have developed to the point where it will be able to independently run a home. Already doing it. I've seen
Hive.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Hive.
Bitcoin will be increasingly popular, but pennies and cents will still be in use.
Well, hang on. Bitcoin's about to crash. Did he say anything about Oxfam?
Not yet.
Okay.
In 2030, he says the US president is a mysterious figure called Ilana Remicki.
Ooh! Well, hang on a minute. In 2030? Right. So let's find her now. She won't be born after now because she'll be 12.
Let's tweet. She'll be on Twitter.
Ilana Mickey.
Remicki. Can't be that many.
Can't be that many Ilana Remickis. He's given a name there. This is going to be.
Let's have a look. Okay, so there is one.
Yeah.
And she's putting. Apparently, I'm going to be president in 2013. I'm absolutely ready. Okay, next bit. In 2030, he says this US president will be Ilana Remicki. She's ready. He also suggests global warming has caused temperatures in North America to increase while Europe has cooled.
Ooh, yeah, well...
Well, it's winter.
Yeah.
Humans will reach Mars in 2028, and the same year, time travel will be discovered.
And what's this guy's name?
Noah.
Noah what?
None of your business.
sort of as a joke, but if you analyse it too much, it is.
It wasn't a joke. His name is Noah, and it's none of your business what his surname is.
What you were trying to do was know your business.
No one you know.
Now that's a funny joke.
I wasn't doing a joke.
And that's what I do, is people do jokes and I make them funny. I don't write the gags, but I certainly bump them up a bit.
You repeat them.
Yes.
He states that electric...
I repeat them slower and louder. I do.
He actually does, that's the thing.
I know! I actually do!
He's doing it again.
Continue, Adrian.
He states that electric cars will be able to travel as fast as diesel and petrol once. Boring. Despite many already being able to do so. And many forms of cancer have been cured.
Yeah.
In previous interview with Paranormal Elite, Noah said he had anorexia and is in fact 50 years old. Oh, God, this sounds like Farmer John.
Is the organisation called Paranormal Elite?
It's the show on Apex TV.
Right, OK. OK, fine, yep. We
Get this. This is the...
Here we go.
I mean...
Yeah.
So how come you look so young when you've done all this stuff?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
He had anorexia and is in fact 50 years old, but he'd taken an age rejuvenation drug which had transformed him into a 25-year-old.
Wowzers.
Of course, his claims have attracted scepticism. In response, he agreed to take a lie detector test on camera. At school, by the looks of it.
I don't like the tone. Try and be neutral.
Tough.
Try and be neutral.
Tough. In the Donette's going to go nuts over this one, I'm telling you off again. In the footage from Apex TV, the would-be oracle is seen sitting on a chair with what appears to be a polygraph lie detector wrapped around his biceps. Or he's having his blood pressure taken.
Yeah, I don't think they do lie detector with the same technology as they use a blood.
There's nothing coming off it either, look.
You have it on your... I've done it. You have it on your heart, all over your chest and your hands, because it's measuring sweat, it's measuring heart... It's not measuring your blood pressure. OK.
Coming over to my side, I like it.
No.
He's asked to predict some of the future's major events and confirm if he really is who he says he is.
Yeah.
The interview begins and Noah is asked a simple question. Are you an actual time traveller from the year 2030? That's the question.
Yeah. But he wouldn't have asked it like a 12-year-old sarcastic child. Are you an actual time traveller from the year 2030?
He responds with a yes. And true appears in large green letters superimposed on the video.
Again, I don't
However,
think
the results on the machine are not shown.
That's not how lie detectors...
No.
Okay.
Noah then claims he has hard evidence to back up his predictions, but isn't sure that he can say what that is because it might cause a paradox. Once again, the word true appears on screen.
Right, can we get... What's this programme called? The Paranormal Paradox?
No, it's called Paranormal Elite.
Can we get them on the show? Before Howard does? Can we get them on the show? Because
right.
I will ask them...
I mean...
questions.
They spell the two words a lot as one word.
OK, fine. Let's get those guys on the show. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Leanne, you'll be first, then it'll be Pablo. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Experience the unconventional,
Evening, boss.
the unpredictable,
What's happening?
and the completely unorthodox.
Exactly.
With rule-free Iain Lee. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
I've got no internet for the last 4 days.
on Talk Radio.
Just looking at some of the comments on Periscope, people watching the radio. Someone, guy called George, saying, Scanner Darkly saying Ian's being a dick. All right, blocked. And a guy called George saying, this joke has backfired. He's lost 70% of his viewers. It's a radio show.
Have they gone to the radio?
And
Because in that case, good.
Saturday's Child is agreeing with him.
Oh, guys.
Guys.
They really are a lot of fun, aren't they?
They really are a lot of fun. They really are. Oh, those guys are all a lot of fun. 0344 499 1000. Good evening, Leanne.
Ian.
Yes?
Hello.
Hello, Leanne. Oh, it's Leanne!
Yeah, good evening, Kat.
Hello, Leanne.
You were all nervous, and I said I'd put you on straight away. Then I've kept you waiting for 20 minutes.
Oh, did you see that? I never even heard you. I don't know if I've got a heartbeat in my stomach.
I can hear it.
If my heart has stopped beating. You've got me a nervous wreck.
I know. I'm so sorry that I didn't come to you immediately because the worst. Here, let me tell you now. The worst bit is the waiting, thinking, are they going to come to... Is it... they're going to... Oh, no. Oh, they're not going to me. That's the worst bit. And this bit, this will be over in a second and you will collapse on the sofa and you'll reach for that half-finished glass of wine and you'll down it and go, I loved it.
It's awkward, isn't it, the first bit, this wee bit?
Yep.
It's so awkward because, I'm one of these wee creepy callers that are that listen and have been for a wee while and just have never spoken to you.
Yeah.
And it's like you've got a wee group that you all know each other and you've got your regulars. And I just don't have a place.
No, you do. Oh, God, no, you do have a place. Everybody has a place here. And this is a thing that I have struggled with for 15 years of doing radio, is how much room I give the regulars in inverted commas, because does having regular callers put people off? And what we've started doing now, since coming back from Australia, and it's great, is if I've heard someone on James's show before me, or if someone's maybe phoned me up 2 nights in a row, I'll say to whoever's answering the phone, if such and such and such and such call in, thank them very much and say, maybe give us a try tomorrow night. Because I want to try and spread the voices out. But I'm really aware that having so many regulars, and I love having regulars, of course I do, but that it can make some people feel like you, Leanne, like you don't have a place, and I need to...
not at all. No, I wouldn't say that. I couldn't say that. I'm just a really anxious person.
Oh.
And what happened was, I phoned up your wee man, and he said, just go on. And I said, oh no, I've actually just, as soon as he answered, I was already going to hang off. I thought, no,
oh, bless you.
I'm not going to do this. And he said, oh, just go. And I said, no, it's all right, I'll not bother. He said, are you sure? I went, yeah. I said, could I text him? And he said, you can tweet him. So I just did, and I just thought, well, there you go. And then I just got on with the evening, which was my 2-year-old distracting me. And my husband, he came out of the shower, and he said, Ian's talking about you.
Oh, your naked husband was listening.
On Valentine's Day. And I'm not phoning to give you hugs and virtual hugs, and I'm not going to call you and say Happy Valentine's Day. So I'm learning.
That is a weird thing, because at Christmas you say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and is it your birthday? Oh, Happy Birthday. But people saying Happy Valentine's Day...
I feel weird if other people outside my marriage wish me Happy Anniversary.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I
don't need cards from anyone else.
Yeah.
It is strange. What about if you announce your pregnancy and folks say, oh, congratulations? And I think that's a funny one, because you should say congratulations on the birth of your child, but to say...
Congratulations, you've had sex.
Yeah.
You've had sex without a condom. Well done.
It's intrusive, isn't it?
It's a little bit intrusive, I suppose.
Everybody knows what you've been getting up to, and there's no baby.
Did you say how old was your baby, 2 or 3?
Well, the wee one's 2. A 4-year-old has come through and said that I've woken him up. Oh, but that was a hysteria because the husband comes in and says, Ian's talking about you on the radio. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah. That's embarrassing. He says, what have you done? Have you tweeted him? I was like, yeah, I don't actually think he was going to see it.
Yeah, of course I'm going to read it. Of course I'm going to read it. You're my stalker. I have to call you out.
Well, yeah, I'm a wee bit. He's I go to sleep with you and Kath every night, so I do.
Oh, cosy.
Wowzers.
Every night. And then I wake up to Mr. Ross.
Well, wow, it's a.
And then I turn the radio off, of course.
Good. Well, there you go. I think you're doing the right thing there. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you calling back, and it is a weird thing. There's no way around it. It's an odd thing to do, to phone a radio station, and it's a bit silly and it's a bit dumb. But we're glad that you do it. So thank you.
It's like what you were saying at the start. Putting your life out there.
Yep.
And not knowing if that was a safe thing to do or not.
Yes.
And my mum always says, oh, you're an oversharer, you have to be careful, don't do that. Like, don't do too much of that.
Yeah.
And so I can see where you're conflicted. But I don't know, I'm in this situation now because think of all the exes that could be listening, or friends that aren't friends anymore. They could be thinking, there's that nutter on the radio.
Yes.
You don't know who listens to Iain Lee.
Well, it is a bunch of weirdos, I'm afraid. There's no way around it. So it's a very unique group of listeners that we have.
Well, that's it. But you have given me a heart attack because I know that you shout at people for being on loudspeaker, and I was on loudspeaker over the news. And then I thought, right, I'll need to just get this one against my ear because imagine he shouts at me.
Yeah. I wouldn't... Well, no, I would have shouted at her.
Yeah, you would.
We've got to treat everybody equally.
So well done, it's working.
I'm going to... Because I've never bought into Valentine's Day. Even, I mean, I'm not getting divorced, but even when I was married and even when I was courting, maybe as a 17-year-old, maybe. But I've never really bought into Valentine's Day. Did you do anything?
For the first time ever. For the first time, we've been together 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
Oh.
6 years. Yeah, 7 years this year.
Okay.
Coming up for the 7-year itch, I call it.
Okay, yeah. So you're sowing the seeds to cheat on him already. I like that.
Yeah. I've said, you know, I can have I can have a wee fancy man, or, you know, I've let him know that happens.
Yes.
So
it's a very open.
Modern times. She's an oversharer.
It sounds like she's going to be an oversharer in about 6 months' time. Oversharing everything. Please tell me your husband is dressed now.
He's dressed and he's downstairs and he's listening to me on the radio.
Okay, good. So what did you do then? So for the first, so for together 6 years, nearly 7. What did you do then?
For tonight?
Yeah. What was your Valentine's treat then?
So I'm having a few issues this year. I've got problems. Like we've all got problems, and it's all just getting a bit much for me. Sometimes it does.
Yeah.
And so the past couple of days. Well, yesterday in particular was very nasty and very mean and shouted at him a lot, and then went to bed with you and didn't speak to him.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, God, I'll have to make up for it. So I bought him 18 red roses.
Oh.
I don't like roses.
No.
Certainly not red ones. So I bought that for him. I bought him a giant cookie. You know,
I don't know why I'm laughing at a giant cookie, but how big a cookie was it?
Like...
Size of a wagon wheel? I mean, an actual
like a pizza.
wheel. Was it pizza size?
Yeah, it's like a pizza.
You know what that is? That's a guilt biscuit.
Flipping it! Flipping it! A pizza-sized cookie? I want her husband, I say this with respect, I want her husband to die.
Whoa!
And I want to comfort her, and then...
Let her be mean to you?
No.
And then buy you a guilt biscuit?
And then buy me a guilt biscuit. That's what I want.
I feel like the stars are aligning. You know, your divorce, my 7-year itch.
Your husband's got a cough.
Mate, if we were watching this in a film, right, first of all, I'd put my arm around you, but secondly, we go, those two are definitely going to get it on. Those two are definitely... Catherine? You know?
I'm just waiting for the biscuit to come out. That's the only thing I'm interested in.
That's all I want, really, is a guilt biscuit. I've never heard of a guilt biscuit the size of a pizza.
But it's not a biscuit, though. Like, in Scotland, a biscuit's crunchy. This is like American chewy cookie.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah, I do know.
That's some heavy guilt.
I wouldn't even say chocolate chips. I'd say, like, chocolate chunks.
Oh. Kath wants to fall in love with you now. She's hoping your husband dies. Then she's hoping that I die.
I don't want him to die. Just want him to pass the biscuit.
How do I send you a picture, Kath? How do I do that? Do I tweet it?
Tweet one, yeah.
I'm such an old person now. I don't understand all this tweeting. But I'll try and do that. I'll tweet you a picture.
Excellent.
And I got him the perfect card. And he never gets cards for even birthdays because I'm against it, because it's like a waste of rainforest and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Resources, like she wants to do that, and it goes in the bin, like, right away.
Yeah. It's a waste of money.
It's a waste, and I could just text him whatever I need to say.
That's the spirit.
She's great.
So I got him a card, and what did it say? Oh, he's gone downstairs. It said, bless you, darling. It said something about... was it? What does it say, Andy?
Andy! What does it say before you snuff it?
Oh, he's on the delay. Oh, well. Something about...
you must really love him.
Tweeting your... something about checking my my news feed or something. It's something to do with social media.
Right, but this is all come from because I asked, "What did you do for Valentine's Day?"
Yeah,
and it sounds like the worst Valentine's Day ever.
She bought the shop.
Oh, I just got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
and then I put it on the table, and then I went out and bought an Indian, and he came home to it all displayed, all looking lovely.
Oh.
So and then I came home with the Indian, and it's spoken to Maldi, so it was a wee surprise for him. He said he teared up.
Well, he teared up or he cheered up.
He teared up
because you bought him dinner. It's food. Yeah. Food is what's gonna get Andy.
You
in
wait
the
till
end.
she actually speaks to him. He's gonna lose it.
Well, Leanne, I hope you have a nice. I hope I hope. Well, you know what I hope happens.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you guys have cookie in bed.
Not after the Indian. Looking at
oh no,
well,
Dutch oven,
yeah.
isn't it?
I think we're now going to bed with a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Yeah. Oh, that. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. No, I remember. Enjoy. No, listen. Right. Enjoy the 2 and the 4-year-old in bed because. Now I don't live with the boys. I don't get them in bed as often as I like. And also my 8-year-old is now of the age where he doesn't really want to get in bed with me.
Is he the eldest or the youngest?
Yeah, he's the eldest. So the 6-year-old still does.
Yeah.
But the eldest doesn't want to. And that's great, and that's life, and that's natural, and that happens, and I still might get a couple of nights in bed with him. I still might get a couple, but that's probably it, and that's fine. But there is it's another little stage. It's a sadness, and you keep the 2 and the 4-year-old in bed as long as you can because it's adorable.
I kind of said that. I mean, I sort of thought that as well. She's having night terrors, and that's what's keep getting her up.
Yeah.
So it's just that difficult stage, but it's like I did sort of think, I like a wee cuddle, so
yeah.
It's all good. But I just quickly want to tell you about, because I'm not sending you hugs and all that stuff, and I thought you might like this book that I've started reading this year.
Yes.
And it's called, you might have heard of it.
The Exorcist.
It's called, what is it called? The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Naughty Word.
Oh, is it an F?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Because I tried to get them on. Do you remember? There was one called F It.
Oh, yeah.
Is it the same people? F It.
Oh, no, this is an American.
Oh, right.
What I've done, because I'm not a great... I don't have time or can't be bothered to read, sorry.
Yeah,
so I downloaded the audio book.
Bloody words.
I just don't have the time. I'm not really interested in words. So
I think after I had my kids, I spent about 2 years not reading. Just was too tired. The moment where you can sit down with a book, you fall asleep.
Oh yeah, you're too right. Yeah. I mean, it's a non-gore. But so I got the audio book and I listened to it in the car and I listened to it cooking the dinner or whatever. So he's American. He reads it himself. Yeah. And his name's Mark Manson, I think.
Okay. Well, I'll have a little look. Although I'm stopping buying things. Saying that, I've just ordered 2 more Bob Dylan albums.
Right.
But I've stopped because I got rid of a load of books. I was ordering books, and I was getting free books, and I got loads, and I took another 3 carrier bags of books today to the charity shop. So but I will. I might get it from the library.
Get you into that then.
But Leanne, listen. Hey, listen. We're at the end of the. We're at the end of the phone call. Okay. That was about 15 minutes.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm not saying it's a criticism. I was about to say, how does that feel now that you've done it?
I'm now just going to leave you and have a panic attack about who's listening.
Yeah, no. Trust me, no one's listening. I've seen the figures; it's awful. But I'm really glad you gave us a call, and thank you for being a good sport. And I hope have a nice sleep with those kids.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, Leanne. Take care. Bye.
Bye, Andy. Enjoy your biscuit.
What a nice lady. I mean, that relationship is doomed, but we're both going to get well fed out of Andy's demise. Wow. 0344 499 1000. This is the late night alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio.
It's electric, it's eclectic, it's always rule-free. It's the late night alternative with that man, Iain Lee. On Talk Radio.
So I bought aftershave, got it sent today. It's one I've used before. And I was doing the site because here's my problem with them. The scent don't stick to me. So I was going. So I thought, and I bought a nice one on the way out to Australia, a different Issey Miyake, because normally it's clear, but this one sort of like looks like paraffin.
Pardon?
Looks like paraffin.
No.
Yeah, it does.
Paraffin?
Looks like paraffin, yeah.
Why the extra? Why the posh fin?
There's no extra. That's the word. Paraffin.
No.
Okay. So, but it smells nice. So I bought that, but the smell doesn't. This is my problem with aftershaves: is the scent don't stick to me, right? So you splash it all over, the scent don't stick to me. The only one that stuck to me, and it's quite a nice. A couple of years ago, my mum bought me Paco Rabanne, right? Really old-fashioned thing, and I got it. I went, oh, thanks, Mum, that's lovely. And it's
is it XL? Is that what it's called?
No, it's just like classic Paco Rabanne, right? Okay. And it stayed there for years. Right? Well, no, it stayed there for about 6 months. And then I ran out of the aftershave I normally use. And I put it on. And it smelled amazing. You've smelt me in Paco Rabanne. And it smelled like the 80s.
My first boyfriend used to wear Paco Rabanne.
It smelled great. That's the only one where the scent has stuck to me. Issey Miyake, the scent don't stick to me. What the other one? Anyway. So I did scientific research. And by that I mean I Googled what smell sticks the best out of aftershave, cologne, and toilet water, and eau de parfum. And it turns out it's eau de parfum. I don't know what is funny about this. I'm telling you, I'm sharing my experience, and this has suddenly turned into a stand-up routine for some people. Turns out eau de parfum is the one that is the strongest for men.
Yeah, no, for everyone.
No.
Yeah.
Women have one stronger. I'm sure they do. Women have one stronger. Now, don't go to Google.
I'm not touching it.
You look to computer. The way you go is you're like that robot. This is the thing I don't get about these robot dogs, right? Why would you build...
Hang on, you're comparing me to a dog?
Yes. You're the robot dog that goes up to the door, and I'm the robot dog that opens the door, right? But
you're the robot dog that slams it in my face.
But why not just build a robot dog that can open the door? Why would you build a robot dog that is confused by... And everyone's tweeting and going, OMG, this really made me shit myself. OMG, this is effing terrifying.
That's the next dog makes you...
It's like, what? And I watched it, going, what? Are they going to pull out a laser? And it's a robot dog, goes up to the door, sniffs it, steps back, and his mate, who's got a door handle turner head... opens it, and I'm thinking, well, why the first one is right? Maybe the first one was like the prototype, but they should destroy that.
The first one is Queen Dog, and the second one is
why would you do that?
Valet Dog.
Why would you make that Valet Dog? Oh, hey man. So eau de parfum is the thing. So I have bought eau de parfum. Prada, which I've used before. George Galloway's commented on me wearing Prada before. And
he's a fragrant man.
He smells amazing. And so I put it on, but it's the same one I had before. And I put it on before the show, about 8 o'clock when I came in. But I don't smell of it now.
Well, you get used to it. That's the thing.
You don't get used to it.
The wearer gets used to it.
No. I want to walk around.
Not mine anymore.
Okay, but you probably put yours on at lunchtime. I've had mine on 3 hours. I want to walk around and be... I want to... If I were to turn around quickly, I want to see a little cloud dissipating in there.
I can smell you.
No, you can't.
It's not the usual.
No. So, if there are any parfumiers out there who... Is there, can I mix it with something and make it stick on me more?
Tell you need to talk to DLT. You could smell his cologne coming up the stairs.
I'm not going to talk to David Lee Travis.
I think that was Paco Rabanne.
Oh, well, he's got a job, hasn't he, on a radio station for old people that no one gives a toss about.
United Presenters or something it's called.
And he was fat, but I know. Well, he made a mate of ours cry. I'm not going to share your experience because that's up to you if you wanted to. But I know he made Scoins cry. He belittled him and humiliated him and made him cry.
Yeah.
So I've got no... If I say I've got no truck with someone, does that mean I don't like them or I do like them?
That means you've got no problem with them.
I've got truck with him. I've got beeves with him. I've got beeves with DLT. And he made Scoins cry and by shouting at him and belittling him on, I think, one of his first days in radio. You don't do that. You don't do that. Gosh, that went all over the shop, didn't it?
Or because you smell.
Let's go to Pablo. Good evening, Pablo.
Hip hop hip.
Hip hop hip.
How do?
Yeah, good, thank you, mate. What you got for us?
Very good. Just in regards to the abstinence point.
Yes.
I would just say, remember the reason why you stopped rather than the experience of when you were doing it.
Yes.
Okay. I just find that, because sometimes when you're looking back on certain things, you kind of remember the experience and you don't necessarily remember the situation you're at when you realise that there's no point in carrying on with it. So yes. I think sometimes that's positive.
Thanks, man.
Other than that, I've just chomped down on a guilt biscuit.
Yeah.
I'd
love a guilt. I want a guilt cookie.
I'll get you one tomorrow.
What for?
I'll think of something.
Okay, fine. Let's have that. Yeah.
Well, and if you maybe gild it with some sort of silver leaf, that could give it extra.
Well, when I ate at the restaurant at the top of the Twin Towers, pre 9/11, obviously. And I went and I got there and I didn't have shoes. I didn't realise how posh it was. I had trainers on. They said, "You're not coming in with trainers." So I had to go all the way back down. And there was a shoe store, and I had to buy shoes. And I went all the way back up, and I had a jumper on. They said, "You're not coming in with a jumper." So they gave me a jacket. I was the guy who was given a jacket that didn't fit, and I had a jumper that it was like a hoodie. I had a hoodie, and I looked like I looked ridiculous. And he said, like a homeless. Oh, God, it made everybody happy.
Lost property, you look like.
Yeah. So I did. So I was there, and on the menu. One of the desserts, I can't remember what it was. It was like pavlova or something, but with gold in it. Gold in it.
Gold leaf.
Gold. Edible gold. Imagine thinking, I've got so much money, I'm going to eat some of it, and then I'm going to shit it out.
I knew you were going there.
Imagine, but that's got to be the thought process. I've got so much money. Instead of buying something, instead of saving it in a bag, instead of giving it to a chap, I'm actually gonna eat it and pass it through my digestive tract and out of my anus. When does that become a good idea?
Is that like the KLF burning their quids?
If you do that and then use golden toilet paper, would you feel guilty afterwards?
Well, no, because you could wash that off.
Fair enough. Poor pun.
Yeah.
Also,
yes.
Aside from anything else, I heard the other week that you were listening to Puddle's Pity Party and enjoying one of his songs.
I wasn't completely sold.
Oh. Well, I was going to say that the particular song that was given to you was probably the worst.
Oh no, I've seen. I'm aware of him before. I've seen him before, and I like the look. But I just don't quite get the act.
Well, I would say specifically, obviously, there's the Chandelier one, which is quite good. But aside from that, his cover of All the Small Things by Blink-182. It turns what is essentially a piffy throwaway punk.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to find it now and I'm going to play it, right? And I bet you it's going to be rubbish. And if it's rubbish, what's it called?
It's All the Small Things, but Puddle's Pity.
Yeah, all right, I got it, right. If it's rubbish, you got to take a time out for a month, okay?
That's fine, right. But equally, if it's excellent, I accept an apology some sort of...
Oh, dude, you definitely get an apology. But it definitely won't be excellent, okay?
Okay.
Right, okay, let's here we go. Let's just get this here. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Press the old skip ad button. Here we go.
All the small things, true care, truth brings.
Time out, Pablo. Time out, buddy. That was awful. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee and Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
Set free your mind. Let your fancy take flight. Conversation gets curiouser by the glow of moonlight.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Right, Ian's just popped out, so I'm not Iain Lee, I'm Catherine Boyle, and we're going to talk to John. Hello, John.
Is this Radio Caroline?
It is, yeah. Isn't it
Hiya.
funny? Actually, I don't know what's happened to the ship sounds. They seem to have gone by the wayside, but never mind. How are you doing, John?
I'm not too bad. He's gone somewhere, has he?
He's just nipped out. I'll be back in a second. Hey, it's nice to hear your voice.
Thank you. I was just ringing about this time traveller fellow.
Oh, yeah, go on.
You know, he says he's risked his life.
Yes.
Well, he's totally ruined our future, hasn't he?
Go on.
By coming back.
What, by creating some sort of paradox?
Yeah, well, he's just got to do as much as a fart, and it's going to wreck the rest of our life. Our future's gone, isn't it?
Hey, here's another thing. You talk about farting, but if he spreads any of like futuristic diseases, we're all done for.
Aye, that's another one, aye.
They'll be strained to things that we're not prepared for.
Well, I hope he's locked up somewhere, like.
Wow. I tell you what, his face is all pixelated. I thought that was some sort of effect, but maybe that's a symptom.
No, I hadn't actually seen the picture of him, like, you know.
To be honest, you're not missing very much. I don't believe in it. Here's Ian.
Are you going to say that?
It's John.
Oh, hello, John.
Hello, Ian, you all right, mate?
How you doing, fella? You all right?
I'm not too bad, aye.
What's going on, man?
Well, I was talking to Kath about that bloke from the future.
Oh, yeah.
It's a waste of time.
Why?
You know, earlier on, you're on about the dump.
Yeah.
I used to make a living operating one of them.
Oh, mate. What, back in the glory days when treasure would get left there.
Aye, there was some good stuff, like, aye.
I know, my dad used to go and bring it back.
Aye.
We got a beautiful accordion that I got rid of a few years ago. This wonderful accordion in a case. Oh, it's stunning. Absolutely stunning bit of kit that was. I love that. We used to go and get records there. Oh, wonderful place.
Well, my daughter just bought us an accordion for my 60th. And I'm trying to learn to play, like, you know, I might ring up and play one night.
Oh, I would love that! Yeah. They're a bugger to play, aren't they?
Aye, a little bit, aye. Aye. Actually, I went down where I lived near the River Tyne.
Yeah.
And there was an old tunnel there. And when we used to play down there, when we were kids, I went down, and it took us nearly down to the riverside itself. And so far down, I found one of them, and I think it must have belonged to one of the homeless people from years ago, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
They used to, like play in the streets and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
What are you doing tomorrow? John, what's happening? What day is it tomorrow? Thursday?
Thursday,
Is it
yeah.
Thursday? What's happening in your world on Thursday, John?
at what time?
Just any time. Well, you got a busy day?
No.
No, I'm just trying to think. I've been a bit confused with what the days are, and it's partly because everyone's away. And but tomorrow, I'm gonna get up late again. Well, hopefully, I'm going to get up late. I'm on slightly different meds, and I've not been taking them because I've not. Anyway,
you've got to do that too.
Well, I've been taking them, but I've been taking the old dose because I've been somewhere where I didn't have the new dose. But I've got them, so I'm going to take the new dose, which means I'll probably be up early. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take the dog for a long old walk tomorrow because I didn't do it today. I kind of just did a little quick one. So I've got a long old walk, bit of reading, and that's it. That's all I got planned for tomorrow. A bit of PlayStation. Why the hell not? A little bit of PlayStation.
I might watch a bit of that if you've got it.
Oh yeah, all right. In that case, I'm going to stream a bit of PlayStation for you, John. That's what I'm going to do.
Right.
That will be. We will meet online. We will have a.
Well,
online meeting.
I'll log into YouTube and see if I can.
Nice one, dude.
Get through to there.
All right, mate. Thanks a lot, John. Take care, man.
Okay, and bye.
Bye. Yeah, that's what I'll do if you want to watch me play video games, because that's going to be my new career. Going to be leaving the radio show soon to become a professional gamer and a professional streamer. I'm a YouTuber. Then youtube.com/rabbithole. We're just bubbling under 4,000 subscribers. I really want to try and get it up to around about 65,000. So, little bit of work to do, but I am ever optimistic. Good evening, Keith.
Hello?
Hello, Keith. Are you on speakerphone?
No, not on speakerphone, mate. My phone's against my face.
Okay. It says on my screen that you're supposedly an Australian, but yet you don't have an Australian accent.
I've got a bad throat, mate.
Okay, that would explain it.
I hope so. Anyway, I just calling because, I went on the YouTube and you went on and just a picture of a bloody radio there and a bit depressed at the minute. Wanted to see your face.
Okay. Well, but by phoning up, by phoning up, you're not going to see my face, are you?
I know.
No.
But it's a chance to talk to you.
It's a chintz. It's a chintz.
A chance.
Chintz to talk
Me
to you.
too, mate.
This is the word. Even so, when Australians get bad throats, they lose their accents. That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
Keith,
there's a lot of things don't make any sense.
That's, do you know what? He's spot on there.
Never a truer word.
Absolutely spot on.
Anyway.
Yep.
I've recently lost my job, and I wanted a bit of advice.
What were you, a bushman?
Absolutely, mate.
There we go.
Well, that and ran a little shop.
Yes.
So, not many other skills, really.
Right. Catherine, you're raising your eyes. I missed something here, have I?
Yeah, Kiosk Keith. He's alluding to.
Right. Oh, I see. Okay.
That's where we're going.
I just wanted to say, mate, I think you smell fantastic every time I've seen you.
Okay.
And you deserve them strawberries.
Okay.
And you shouldn't have owned up to it, brother.
Okay. Well,
take care, buddy.
Thanks very much indeed. The strawberries are going to be there forever, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're going to be there forever.
But at least it's cancelled out the pig fanny.
But I knew they were going to be iconic. Right? I didn't know they would be. Iconic is no. I didn't know they were going to be iconic. I knew they were going to be. I knew they'd be big. Didn't know they'd be iconic, and they have become iconic. They are an icon in as much as they represent so much more than what they actually are. But I knew it would be big. I knew it would be big. I didn't know it'd be that big. Flip it. All I did was nick 11 strawberries. Good evening, Luke. Luke?
Hello?
Is that Luke?
My name is Siddiq. Hello, Ian?
I'll tell you what, we'll go with it for a minute, Luke, and then we'll see where we get to. OK, Siddiq?
Why do you don't like Muslim drivers?
Why don't I like Muslim drivers?
Remember you said you don't like Muslim driving, you told me last...
I don't remember saying I don't like Muslim drivers. I don't remember saying that.
You did, because I heard you last week.
Oh, in that case, no, I don't. No, in that case, you're absolutely right. I do not like Muslim drivers. You're right. You're right.
But why?
Oh, for so many reasons. Too many to go into, Luke.
Can't you remember from last week, Luke?
No, I just want to know what's the reason behind it.
There are too many reasons to go into, so I'm not going to.
Bye.
Thanks very much for calling. God. Evening, Jonathan.
Hello.
Hello, Jonathan. You can do better than that.
What was that about?
I've got no idea. I've got someone who was having a laugh and realised it was going pretty flat. Anyway, what you got for us, Jonathan?
What's your least favourite advert on telly?
My least favourite advert? I don't really watch... Can you turn the radio off?
Yeah, sure.
I don't really watch much TV, so I can't think of those Cinzano ones with Rigsby and Joan Collins are a bit irritating, aren't they?
What does it say again?
Would you like a Cinzano? It's Rigsby and Joan Collins. Cinzano, Bianco. You must have seen it.
I can't remember.
Okay. What's your least favourite advert on telly? I'm not interested.
Well, every single perfume advert, because they never have much to do with the perfume.
So you would like them if they did have something to do with the perfume?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
How'd you show a smell, Jonathan?
With colours? I don't know.
You know what smell that is. Isn't she, eh? Jonathan like that.
Bottle that, we can sell it.
I'm
Jonathan
playing
will...
to my audience. He's a kid, he likes farts. I'm in.
That's perfectly.
Perfectly. All right. You know, Bob Dylan did an advert for Victoria's Secrets.
God.
Yeah, I will play it during our adverts. Well, Jonathan, thanks for that.
All right.
Okay, two really, really lacklustre calls.
What?
Straight after. Simon, stay there. We'll come to you after the news.
I keep starting to send people, you must put this on the YouTube, and then going, nah.
It's not worth it. It's just simply not worth it. 034, we've got another hour of this. Simon's going to be first after midnight, and then it could be you. We're here until 1 o'clock, then Paul Ross takes over. Then at 5 o'clock, it's James Max. That's the way things go here now, guys. Spread the word. Talk Radio is 24 hours a day. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. It is cost you pennies at most, probably free. At the very least, you'll speak to James and he'll call you back, so it don't cost you much at all. 0344 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
The same sky, the same clouds, the same dirt, the same ground. We all live and down. The same song, the same beat, the same car, the same street. We run down our dreams on. And we're lost and we're found. We're up and we're down. We're all just American crazy. We're left and we're right. We're black and we're white. We're all just American crazy. Just American crazy. Straight A's and dropouts up north or down south. We all bleed the same blood. Paycheck to paycheck, sun up to sunset. We're lovers and believers, and we're sinners and believers, and we're lost, we're found, we're up and we're down. We're all just American crazy. We're left and we're right, we're black and we're white. We're all just American crazy. Same tune, same town, same school, same crowd. Same fight for the home team, same love, same dream. We're lost and we're found, we're up and we're down. We're all just American crazy. We're left, we're right, we're black and we're white. We're all just American crazy. We're lost and we're found.
It's Mr. John Goodman, ladies and gentlemen. That John Goodman album, and the more I play it, the more I think, wow, the actor John Goodman.
Just American crazy.
John Goodman, ladies and gentlemen. We are trying to get him on the show as a guest, and fingers crossed that will happen. That's some record. It's some record. Tonight's show is coming live from an old-fashioned boat. Really is getting cold and wet out there. Well, it's wet because it's the sea, of course, and that's how it happens. But it's getting the sea is getting wetter because it is being rained upon, and because I had a piddle in it as well.
I should have brought my big coat.
Yeah, you should have done. I got a new coat. I've had that coat, that long coat. It's always been a little bit too big for me, just on the shoulders. It's a little bit too broad, and I got that about 5 years ago. I got it from Marks and Spencer's, and the reason I compromised on the shoulder width is because it was in the sale. So it was reduced from like 180 quid down to like 75 quid, and I thought, well, I can live it. So I've never quite felt comfortable in it, right? But it looks quite smart. In fact, the other day I was thinking of getting a new coat, and Andy Goldstein said, "Oh, I like your coat," and I thought, "Oh, mate." But so then I ordered a new coat, right, and it arrived, and the new coat fitted, and it works. And there's nothing quite like the disdain with which you look at an old coat once a new coat arrives on the scene. You know, I could see it looks bobbly. It looks cheap and nasty and old and faded. And 2 weeks ago it was like, well, I can probably get another year out of this.
All of a sudden, that thing that was cosy and warm and your go-to looks limp and threadbare. And you think, gosh, why did it get like that?
Can't quite throw it away. That'll be another 6 months. But it will get chucked out at some point. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, her Catherine Boyle. We are weeknights from 10 o'clock on Talk Radio, on DAB, on app and online. You can also watch the radio tonight at www.periscope.tv. Paul Ross will be on at 1 o'clock. It's a phone-in show where we don't really have any topics. We just sit here and talk. Things we've talked about are time travellers, scents, those dog robots, really wanting to take drugs and not. And they've started... saw an advert for that film, Tonya.
Yeah.
Which is about I can't remember any of their names.
Tonya
Harding, a skater, working class ice skater. Well, poor American ice skater entering the world of ice skating that is at that time certainly was dominated by people with money. Yeah. It cost money. And she was an amazing skater. Was the first woman skater to do a backwards triple something, which everyone thought was impossible, and she did.
Was it an axel, triple axle?
I don't know. But through jealousy and bitterness and misunderstanding, she I can't quite remember, but basically her main rival gets the crap kicked out of them, gets beaten. I think gets her legs broken.
Yeah.
By someone working for Tonya's husband,
Nancy
right?
Kerrigan. Yeah,
and it's a really horrendous story, right? Really dark, nasty, sort of fascinating. And I've seen this I, Tonya film, and I was really surprised. It's played for laughs. It's done. I mean, it's a good film. It would be a good film if it wasn't a true story. It's done as a broad comedy.
And you know that Nancy Kerrigan is still alive.
Yep.
And her life was changed by that event for the worse.
All that's missing is Adam Sandler doing his, the adult with a 12-year-old's mental capacity.
So Nancy Kerrigan is a survivor of something awful that happened to her. And virtually ended. Did it end her career? Ended her career, didn't it?
No, I don't. I think she made a comeback from it. Yeah.
But could have. Well. And she's being asked about it all these years later by people who think.
Yeah.
She might be ready to laugh about it.
She's like, I've no intention of seeing this film.
Why would I watch that?
And it's done as a comedy. And it's very, very funny, but but I felt uncomfortable. I shouldn't have been laughing. I'd laughed it because it was a funny film. It was done brilliant, and her mum looks like Deirdre Barlow, right? But I've got real problems with it because it's a true story. Okay, maybe if it was 100 years ago, okay, fine. But it was like in the 90s. It was in the 90s. This woman was savagely attacked by a hired hitman, hired ruffian. It's very strange. And it's up for all these awards, and the performances in it are incredible. The CGI. I didn't like, but it's done as a comedy film. You just need Seth Rogen, waddling along in it. It's very, very peculiar, very peculiar. 0344 499 1000. Good evening, Simon.
Oh, hello there. How's it going?
You good? Are you on speakerphone?
I'm not on speakerphone. I would never be so inconsiderate to do such a thing.
Are you on Bluetooth?
I'm not on Bluetooth. I'm on a handheld. Phone.
Is it wow, this is incredible.
One of the modern ones, that has a double. I think there's 2 or 3 of them in the household.
Okay,
I'm on one of them.
Okay,
is that enough information about the?
It is. The reason I'm being so persistent with this questioning is because it does sound awful. But
sorry.
No. But listen, if you're following the rules, I can't get upset about that. I can't.
I could take a picture picture of myself using the phone?
Well,
we're not that bothered.
Well, people would say it was doctored. It was. You'd have to take a picture of you holding the phone and also a nuclear clock. What are they called? Atom clock. Atomic clock. We're getting difficult, Simon. So we'll leave it.
Would a newspaper with today's date on be enough? Or?
Yes, but I want you to have a gag in your mouth.
You guys must have a stomach of steel, like being on a boat, and
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's we've been a little bit queasy, but you get used to it. Used to it as long as you don't. I'm trying not to look out of the windows, or as we call them, portholes, because seeing the horizon, pitch and yaw.
Oh,
thank you.
Where are you setting sail to? Are you just like on the Thames, or you?
No. Our location is classified information. It's on a need-to-know basis, Simon. And
Coast Guard knows.
You don't need to know.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Right, I've got a quick question to ask you regarding apps. Are you an app man? Do you do apps? Do you have a phone, and do you like apps for the phone?
Right. Okay. I'm glad you broke that down into two things. Do I have a phone? Yes. Do I have apps on my phone? Yes. Do I like them? I don't really have that many. The apps I use the most are Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google Maps, and Pokemon Go, and the Akinator.
Pokemon Go?
My boys do the Pokemon Go.
Oh.
Have you played the Akinator?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, mate, right, we're going to play the Akinator, right? You can do it online. Have you played the Akinator?
Only by proxy.
Right, Simon, I want you to think of a famous person, right?
Yep.
Don't tell me who it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Does it have to be alive or dead, or?
Well, you hang on a minute. Right, it's asking me. It doesn't matter.
Sorry.
But famous, right? The Akinator is asking me for your age. How old are you?
I'm 30.
30. Okay. Right. Question 1. Is your character a YouTuber?
No.
Okay. Is your character a male?
No.
Is your character older than 18?
Yes.
Okay. Question 4. Is your character real?
Yes.
Okay. Question 5. Has your character recorded any albums? The options here, because there are more than yes, no, don't know, probably not.
Maybe.
Right, that wasn't what he said. Maybe, and I've given him 5 options that cover everything. He said maybe.
Whack probably.
Possibly. You said possibly, and I said
no, I did it right. I'm going to say don't know.
Okay, don't know.
Okay. Is your character blonde?
No.
Okay. You sure? You're not sure there?
No, she's not blonde.
Okay. Was your character on... Question number 7. Was your character on a children's television show?
I don't believe so.
Okay, we're going to say no. Does your character have any children? Again, don't know, probably not, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Does your character live in America?
No.
Okay. Question 10. Has your character... This is a weird question. Has your character played in the Godfather series?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, no. Did your character know Cleopatra?
Well, the Egyptian.
I don't think he means the Mancunian band.
No. Has your character ever been in a relationship with a celebrity?
I think so.
So we're going to put probably. Is your character an actor?
Not known as an actress or actor, yeah.
Right,
actor.
so no.
BBC will, no.
No, okay. Does your character belong to the royal family?
Nope.
Okay, right. Does your character sing?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Is your character more than 40 years old?
Yes.
There we go. Has your character ever played Sister Location?
I've no idea what that is.
We're going to put, don't know. Is your character a singer?
Well, the specified she sings, so yes.
Yes. Has your character died?
Yes.
Is your character British?
Yes.
Okay, it normally goes a lot quicker with the boys, because they're always thinking of a Pokemon or Jamie Lomas. Is your character associated with Bear Grylls? OK, it's getting there. Is your character part of BTS? What's BTS?
Isn't that a Korean band?
No.
What is BTS? Yeah, Korean boy band. Is your character part of a Korean boy band?
No.
No.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. No. Is your character from Liverpool?
Indeed, yes.
Here we go. Was your character famous in the 60s?
Indeed she was, yes.
Cilla Black.
Yeah!
Yay! Isn't that
Did you
funny?
answer you didn't know whether she'd made an album?
Well, I wasn't sure if she just made songs. I know she was famous for singing, but I wasn't sure if she made albums.
No wonder it took 22 questions, because you were...
It can't mean Scylla. You made loads of albums.
Can I get to what I wanted to speak to you about?
Yes, of course you can, Simon. Now you've been humiliated by the Akinator.
No, but I'm very, very impressed by that, actually.
Yeah.
Right, there are these new apps, okay, and I think you're very, very brainy. You strike me as someone that would be really good at...
Well, as we discussed previously in previous shows, was it a deep thinker or a big thinker?
Oh, yes, very, very deep thinker.
Yeah.
Right, now there's a new phenomenon happening in a minute, and it's called the live quiz show on your phone.
Oh.
Right? So at 9 o'clock, for example, it goes live.
Yes.
There's a prize of £1,000. It's free to take part.
Ah.
And you can just go on the app. You've got 12 questions to answer.
Yeah.
And it kind of wins. I think there's about 20, 30,000 people.
Why can't you just Google the answers?
It takes 5 seconds. You've only got 5 seconds to answer.
I'm a very quick typist.
Well, you could
got shorthand.
Or you could get Alexa.
Pitman 2000.
I did try the Alexa one, but she doesn't get my accent straight.
No.
Anyway, so you've got 12 questions.
Yeah.
So at the start, you might have, say, 30,000 people and they've answered, and then it whittles it all the way down to about 10, 5, 10 people at the very end, and you could walk away with 60, 70 quid or whatever.
How much money have you won?
87 pence.
Hey! Hang on, how many did you get right?
I only get to about the 5th question, and then I get kicked out. So
And you get 87 pence for coming 5th?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I don't understand. It's being at the minute. It's being what's the word?
Beta tested.
The money's being covered by investors and all that sort of stuff. Where's the money? There's no adverts. There's no.
No.
I don't understand how they can give the money away.
I think this is a front for drugs or.
But it's all. I mean, the people presenting are fairly famous. You know these women that used to get on 12 o'clock at night doing that.
Oh, good for them. Yeah, I'm in. My favourite thing used to be, and here's the funny thing, Steve Morgan, who works here, right, he used to do a thing called, he used to do a TV channel called Avago.
I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that. I do, years ago.
It was like bingo on the telly. It was about, it was 16 years ago. And it was bingo on the telly, and it was free. And I used to play it all the time. I'd just sit there getting stoned and play this, and I would text them or get them to read out rude things, and it was all the time. And Steve Morgan was one of the presenters on it, and I won a small fortune on that. I used to love Avago.
It was brilliant. I do remember. I know you say that. Actually, I think it was. I mean, I must have been about 17, 18.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. Yeah, Simon, listen, I'm going to look into that. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. That sounds kind of thing I'd be into. I'd certainly be up for working on it. 03444991000. If you want to phone up and challenge the Akinator, we'll do that. This is Talk Radio.
Moonlit musings from mums, madams, and meat packers.
Never mind, I must have misheard.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
The station's brilliant.
On Talk Radio.
03444991000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Good evening, Iain.
You're right.
I'm all right, mate. What you got for us?
Just finding about my addiction.
Yeah.
Well, probably for me, I suffered really bad depression ever since my baby daughter died, and I started comfort eating, and then just got worse and worse, where I couldn't go out and stuff like that. And I managed, stop it till I started losing all my weight. Sorry if I sound a bit stupid on the phone.
No, you don't sound stupid at all. I'm listening. I'm being quiet and I'm listening.
Then I, got over it, started, getting back out again and stopped binge eating. And then then started all happening again. My depression started getting really terrible, and where I started locking myself away.
Yeah.
And I just can't seem to get out of it, so I'm struggling my end. And,
how long ago did your daughter die, if you don't mind me asking?
It should have been 16. She was like 5 months old when she passed away.
Oh, mate, I'm so sorry.
And now, like, I'm locking myself away in me, like, I've got, like, 4 other children.
Yeah.
Like, 2 of them live with a mum, like, and 2 of them live with me, like, the older ones.
Yeah.
Like, now I started locking myself in my bedroom because I can't walk upstairs, like, and, like, comfort eating and, you know, binge eating. I just can't seem to stop it.
No, I bet, and I'm really glad you've called in, because there will be some people who don't see that food can be an addiction, and of course it is, because it's, you know, it's.
I feel stupid when you mention it, because you like, you know, you just like, you know what I mean.
No, I do, but I'm glad you did, because I'm fully aware that anything that that kind of creates chemicals in your head can be an addiction. Shopping can be an addiction, you know, to the point where it ruins lives, and sex can, and drugs and food can.
I wish sex would.
Well, no, well, you know, it ain't as good as it sounds. I know it sounds brilliant, but honestly, a mate of mine jumped in front of a train and killed himself because he had sex addiction.
Dear.
I say mate, someone I knew, someone I'd met a few times, but because it was destroying his life. Why do you think that you started doing it again?
Well, I went to see the counsellor to try and get me out the house again.
Yeah.
And they started bringing up all the past again, you know, when my little girl died and my dad died not long after.
Right.
About a year after, and, like, I did try, you know, self-harming, toughen myself and all that kind of crap.
Yeah.
And I used to, like, take, like, you know, just like normal painkillers to knock myself out, tramadol. I still do that now. Like, you know, but I know, like, the kids ain't going to be here, like, around the mums, like, I usually just, like, knock myself out.
What, in the daytime?
Any time of the day, just...
oh, mate, you've got to knock that on the head. That's a dangerous one.
I know, but trouble is, though, I'm not... Because I'm a big lad, and, like... Like, my body's, like, getting used to it now, and, like...
So you're up in the dosage of it? Yeah, of course you are. Well, that will kill you.
I know.
And you don't want your kids, you know, however shit you feel, you don't want your kids coming home one day and finding their dad dead. But, you know, I was going to say particularly if you didn't mean to kill yourself, and that's quite a ham-fisted way of phrasing it, but I think you know what I mean. You don't want them to do that.
No.
Have you... what are you getting the tramadol for?
Because I've got pain, because I suffer really bad from my breathing and my asthma and stuff, and like all the side, you know, my side and my lungs and everything, they all like hurt. So
right, and your doctor's prescribing tramadol.
Yeah. Sometimes, like I can store them up like for a couple of couple of months worth.
Yeah, I know that trick.
Then.
Well, you said you've seen a counsellor and it brought it all up again. Did you then stop going to the counsellor?
Yeah.
Right.
I'll stop giving outside again. I'll just couldn't track it.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You see, that's part of the problem. It's like you've left the door open, and all the cold air's coming in, and you got the heating turned up as much as you want, but you ain't going to heat the house because you've got the front door open. You kind of. What I've done with therapists is if I've found stuff too painful, I've said, look, I'm finding this painful and I'm going away in the week and I'm acting out all kind of crazy stuff, whether it's drinking or shagging or whatever, because we're not, you know, we're dealing with painful stuff. A good therapist will kind of help you through the painful stuff and help you kind of, what am I trying to say? They won't let you... What I'm trying to say is, in a ham-fisted way, you leaving halfway through is not the best idea you've ever had, because there will be no resolution for you, which you would get if you were seeing a good counsellor.
Well, it started because, you know, with depression, I've got really bad anxiety about giving out.
Yeah.
It just kept on trying to push me, like, doing to this, like, centre, like, where the can give me, like, more counselling, like, better counselling, because the counsellor I've seen is just, like, normal GP one.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my local doctor.
They were trying to push you to a place where you get better counselling.
Yeah.
Why did you not want that?
Scared of going out. I panic.
So you're scared of leaving the house. Now, would this go into this place? Would it have been residential, or would it have been weekly, or what?
Just like, you know, weekly.
Right.
I really suffer, like, even, like, helping my door.
Yeah, I know, I bet you do.
So all I do is, like, in my room, like, sort the kids out, then, like, come over on the PS4 or the Xbox, or, you know.
Did you not ask your counsellor or your GP if there was an option of doing it on the telephone or doing it on Skype? Because I know that some places will do it on Skype.
I've been pretty useless around here, like that, around, like, you know, around the West Midlands, Walsall area. They've got, like, much funding like that.
Oh, mate, they're used. There's, you know, people's hearts are in the right place, but there ain't no money anywhere, which is the thing. Well, you're killing yourself. You know that by eating and by taking too much tramadol, you're killing yourself. And it might be tonight, it might be in 5 years' time, it might be in 20 years' time, but you're killing yourself. Yeah, you know that.
I did get down to, like, I lost all my weight. Well, all my weight. I was about 38 stone. That's from the scale started, you know, stopped talking to me.
Yeah.
And I got down to 18 stone.
Wow, that's that
was in about a year. That was. I've done that in a year.
Yeah.
Then I started going back out again, and then, like, since.
So what are you? Why do you not like going out? Is it because you're overweight? What is it?
Yeah. I'm about 24 stone now. I've got no confidence, and
because of your size and shape.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've just got no confidence. All I feel is just like I shouldn't be around. You know what I mean? There's no place. I tell me it thinks.
Well, here's the thing. I'm trying to think of encouraging things to say to you, but my head has been in in that place for periods of today. You know, and I'm thinking. Yeah. But what would be the thing that someone would need to say to me? And I can't think what that thing would be, Ian, I'm afraid.
So I found, what have you got any tips out, you, like, struggle through the day and, like, you get to see the next day, you know what I mean?
Today, I tell you I did it today, because today was a tough one, man.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know if you heard at the start of the show, but I was really obsessing about, stuff. And today I just got up and it's like, right, I am not going to stop moving today. I am going to work. By work, I mean, I've got a list of chores I've got to do. I've got to fit this.
I've got to kick up the arse, like.
Well, exactly. I thought if I got all these jobs, I've got to put the new telly in. I've got to get rid of the old telly. I've got to go to the dump. Oh, there's stuff in the garage that needs to go to the dump. I'm going to sort through these books. I can take those to the charity shop. I've got to go to Boots. I'll pick up a prescription. I'll come back. I'll take the dog for a walk. I'll come back and then I found myself sat down. Yeah. And I thought, no, I'm sat down. This ain't no good. I've got some stuff in the boot of my car that I've been meaning to put on eBay. I'll go through that and I'll put those on eBay. And then it was time to come to work. I gave myself 20 minutes on the PlayStation and then I came to work. And I can't do that every day.
Yeah.
But that's what got me through today.
Good on you, then. Okey-doke.
I've not got the... No, well, I've not got the words of wisdom or the solution that perhaps... I wouldn't have the solution, but I've not got the words of wisdom that I would perhaps have had in the past to pass on to you. All I can do, this is why I shared this stuff at the start of the show. All I can do is share my experience, and my experience today was I wanted to take a lot of poison that would ultimately kill me. That's what I wanted to do. But in my head, it's like, hey man, that'd be a great time. Spend hundreds of pounds, and I know I'd be miserable because the last few times I've done it, I've been miserable. It was miserable. But yet my head was telling me that would be a good idea. So my experiences today, I felt like that, and I had that running through my head, and I didn't buy drugs. I didn't buy drugs, and I didn't go to the offie. And I've had actually a really productive day, and the show tonight has been quite a good show as well, I think.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and I don't care what's going to happen tomorrow because, you've got to keep it in the day. I know I'll go home tonight, and I will put my head on the pillow, and I'll have another day clean. That's great. But even talking to you, I'm in the back of my head, I'm thinking, yeah, but drugs, man. Isn't that funny? I'm thinking, yeah, but drugs. And I'm sure.
Time, but the day after.
Well, and I'm sure in the back of your head, or maybe at the front of your head, you're thinking, yeah, but food, or yeah, but tramadol. Whatever it is. What are you thinking?
You don't want to do that one.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking. How can I say this? I've been sorry, let's just get out of here. But I've got 4 kids. So
you mean sod it? I'm gonna let's just die.
Yeah, I think that all the time, but I don't do nothing because I love my kids.
Right. Well, then this is my the kids are my base, my kind of thing, and you can't get clean for your kids, and you can't whatever. But the thing that my lowest, I'm not suicidal at the moment, but when I've been suicidal, the thing that has kept me going is I can't leave that legacy for my kids. Right. I can't do that because that will mess them up. If I top myself.
Yeah.
So try and cling on to that. I'm really worried about your tramadol more than your food or anything. What are you going to do about that?
The line and habit. That's when I just get when I really had, I'm sick of, when you're, fighting for the day, you just need to give it a rest.
Mate, right, it may not be a habit, but here's what I know about tramadol, because I've had it. It is, it's really, really nice. It's a really nice feeling, and it's too nice a feeling. I took tramadol about 7 or 8 years ago because I had a little procedure, and I remember I took a tramadol, and I thought I didn't need to take that. I took that because I wanted a kick, so I gave them to my wife and said, "Can you get rid of these for me?" Tramadol is addictive. Tramadol is really, really dangerous. Tramadol doesn't. As you said, you take it for a bit and then it stops working, so you kind of double it all up, and that whole thing of secretly amassing drugs and lying to your doctor and getting repeat prescriptions when you don't need them. That is the secrecy and the deviousness of that is it shows how sick you are. Because you're lying to the doctor about it, and you're lying to your kids about it, I bet. But imagine if... Well, exactly, there you go. But imagine if someone told you they were lying to a doctor to get really strong painkillers. How does that sound to you, putting it as bluntly as that?
It's wrong, but sometimes I do need pain, not for knock myself out, but... because I'm in natural pain.
I know, and I'm not saying it to have a go at you. I'm saying it that if someone said to you,
blunt, you know what I mean?
If you heard someone say that they were lying to their doctor to get one of the strongest painkillers going, you'd think, that's a bit Jeff, isn't it? But I don't die, man. That's all I've got. That's all I've got tonight. Is I don't want you to die. That's it.
No, I'm going to do that.
But I don't want you to kill yourself, but also I don't want you to die from something that would be avoidable, like a heart attack because you got too much weight, or you took one too many tramadol, and because you're a big lad, the sleep apnea and your throat and your nose kind of blocking in your sleep is a thing that happens to people who've got a bit of weight on them. And if you've taken tramadol and your breathing stops because of your size, you might not wake up. Do you know what I mean? If my breathing stops and I've not taken something like that, the odds are I'll probably wake up. I'll jerk up. You probably won't if you've taken a tramadol.
Yeah.
Look after yourself, brother, is what I'm trying to say. Look after yourself.
I'll try. I've got to really aim for the kids' right, really. to do that. Let's see.
All right, mate. Well, give us a call again, yeah?
Yeah, cheers, Ian. Thanks
Take
for the
care,
chat.
Ta-ta.
Bye.
There we go. Yeah. Everyone's, carrying their own baggage, man. Everyone is. Poor bloke. Yeah, look after yourself, brother. Yes, Andre.
Hi.
Hello.
I've started the show off nicely for you, and I'd like to continue it.
You know we've got Chris Difford from Squeeze is coming in next week.
Yeah, I know. That'd be good.
Yeah, you gonna phone up and sing "Call for Cats" to him?
I'll sing anything for him. It's been good. I've seen him.
Have you?
Yeah, I'll see him at Bognor, I think, or somewhere not long ago.
Good.
Brilliant.
Okay.
And amongst others, but that gentleman was just on from the Midlands, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't there a sort of alternative, or shouldn't he be referred to someone else to sort of try and deal with it? Even if he got out in the garden or just a short walk. I mean, his weight is not overly too much, is it?
I'm slightly speechless because that's brilliant advice. Yeah.
Well, if you were in the garden or got his clothes, because it's. I know people with more than that, maybe 25 or 28 stone. He could still get clothes and still have a short walk. I think, well, I'll just go to the shops and get a newspaper and come back and take it from there. Yeah?
But do you know what? That is a brilliant suggestion. I would couch that by saying that things like that may seem easy to us, that psychologically to him may seem problematic. But you're right. Even a short walk, even to the end of the garden path and back.
Oh no, that's what I mean. Or just now the summer's it should be starting to get a bit warmer.
Now the summer? What are you talking about? It's the middle of it. It's the coldest it's ever been.
No, in about a month's time or 6 weeks' time, when it gets a bit warmer, he might.
Yeah.
In that, he could be putting a few things in place and then start going out in the garden or a little walk up the road and that, and gradually build it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You make a very, very good point.
All right, and I can't sing because I ain't got my lappy on at the moment.
All right, mate. Well, that's a relief for everybody. Thanks for calling, Andre. Cheers for that, mate.
All right, cheers. Bye.
There you go. 03444991000. This is Talk Radio.
Stimulating nightly emissions guaranteed to open your eyes and your mind.
Oh, my word. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
03444991000. Paul Ross on the one. Should we try Paul Ross on the Akinator?
Yeah, let's
see if he gets it. Right. So, someone's saying you've got to pay for the answer. No, you don't. You don't have to at all. You can get the app of this, and there's loads of pop-ups and ads and stuff, but it works. You don't have to pay. But I'm just on the website. Is your character real? Yes.
Yes.
A technical problem has occurred. Please try again. Oh, okay, right, okay. Let's retry. I think we've crashed the Akinator. Does your character have human skin? I've never looked.
Yes, very. It's
okay.
Beautiful.
Is your character real? Yes.
Yes.
Is your character a girl? No. Is your character a YouTuber? No. Is your character famous? Yes. Is your character an actor? No. Is your character a sportsman? No. Is your character linked to music in general? No. No. Well, he's not. You know, when you think of Paul Ross, you don't think music.
Well,
okay. No. Is your character American? No. Is your character dead? Again, I've not really...
I saw him earlier, it's fine.
Okay, yep. Is your character Australian? No. Is your character British? Yes. Is your character on a popular TV show? Well, he's not at the moment, is he? He has been. Let's put probably.
Okay.
Is your character a comedian? Certainly not. Does your character like to tell stories? Yes. Is your character currently more than 50 years old?
It's like wiki.
He's got to be more than 50.
Well,
he's got to be pushing 60, Paul Ross.
I wouldn't like to say. Let me see.
Let's wiki him. Paul Ross. I'm going to say 54.
56. Oh, he's a bit younger than mine. He's 61.
Paul Ross is 61?
Yeah.
Shut up.
No.
Okay. He's looking good. Does your character... Someone's hacked this. Does your character silver? I don't know. Does your character ask a lot of questions? Yes. Does your character have white skin? Yes. Does your character wear orange?
Oh, yeah, he wears all sorts.
He does wear all sorts, doesn't he? I put no, because he's not famous for wearing orange. Is your character into politics? I'm going to put no. Does your character usually seen in the kitchen? No. Is your character associated with nature? No. Does your character work for ITV? Yes, he does. Yeah. Is your character in funny TV shows?
No. Yeah, he has been.
No.
I saw him in Most Haunted. That was hilarious.
Philip Schofield. At 1 o'clock, Philip Schofield's coming in.
The Scof.
Philip Schofield is coming in. It works brilliantly with the kids. Hey. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call.
What's it like out the porthole now?
Have a listen. There's a storm coming.
Oh, no.
There's a storm coming.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
All right, Roy Scheider. All the stories are boring, if I'm honest. They're all really boring. What's this one about? There we go. All right. Women's Institute prudes are screaming, no, 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 after vibrators were advertised for the first time in the group's magazine. Why is the women... What does the Women's Institute do now?
They do charity work.
Right. But what is the point of them? What is their why?
Well, it's a bit like... OK, here's the thing. It's a fellowship thing for women, isn't it, more than anything else?
Yeah.
So, back from the days where women used to spend a lot of time at home being homemakers, isolated.
Yeah. So,
well, they get together.
What is their why now? I know what their why was in the 1950s.
Yeah, well,
Beetle drives, but...
Social and social action.
OK. They were turned off by the half-page promo featuring a picture of the sex toy. You don't need to put a picture of it. We all know what it looks like. It's like a small penis. A caption read...
Or is it a small one?
No, I've seen them in this small. A caption read... My friend laughed when I told her I bought her a vibrator, but now we're both smiling.
Oh.
OK. Veterans members branded the plug in Women's Institute Life for the
A plug?
For the $39.99 Pico Bong Zizo... That's the Pico Bong Zizo. Distasteful. One said, I turned the page and there was a pink vibrator staring back at me.
Permission to Google it?
Yeah, of course.
Pico Bong Zizo?
Yeah. The WI, which is trying to shrug off its German Jerusalem image, defended the ad, saying it had already appeared in other mags with similar readership.
It looks like an Alessi salt mill. I mean, you wouldn't know. It doesn't look like a knob.
Oh, no. They're good, though. And a WI lecturer said, the overall feeling was, why shouldn't sex toys be advertised next to stair lifts and big knickers? So there's that.
Oh, blimey.
There we go. Every little yelps. Store blimey. Store romp pair caught. A pair of randy Tesco employees...
Randy, a word that is only ever used in the red tops.
...are filmed hard at work. The frisky duo in an office were spotted through a window by two youths who captured the male member of staff performing a sex act on his colleague. And by sex act, it means sex. Stop straining to have a look.
Well, I just want to check what the act was.
It is understood to... It's sex. That's all it is, sex. It is understood...
Is she sitting on the counter?
No, it's in an office.
Oh.
To have happened at a store in East Anglia on Saturday evening. The video spread after it was shared on WhatsApp. A source said, I couldn't believe it. This is this sentence. A source said, I couldn't believe it, but the young lady looked like she was having a whale of a time. Tesco spokeswoman said, we are investigating this with the store. Oh, man. Let him have a little bit.
As long as he got the paperwork filed, who cares?
Yeah.
She's not sitting on it, is she?
No. OK, so there's that. I've done that. Really is very, very little in the papers today. Let's see what people are saying on Twitter, shall we? Wait, there we go. Nope, nothing. Shall we just sit back, relax? Let's listen to what we'll do. Right, Paul Ross is on at 1. We're going to sit back and relax and enjoy the calming sounds of the sea and this wonderful ship that we're on. Old ships, the Mary Rose that we're on. And you can call us. Got 9 minutes till Paul takes over. So we're going to sit back, we're going to enjoy the sounds of the sea. When the calls come through, if any calls come through, I'll take them straight to air. And if they don't, well, then we can enjoy this. 0344 499 1000. There we go. Hello, caller. Hello.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, hello? Yeah, hello?
Hello, caller.
Always someone more worse off than you, Ian. Always.
Sorry?
Always is.
You're an idiot.
time you had sex, and I wonder, do you know who'll be next?
Hello.
Hello, caller.
Hey there, Ian. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks, man. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. I was wondering, when you getting back on Overwatch, man? I haven't seen you on there for a while.
I was on there, I was playing it today, but I wasn't streaming it. I played it for about 40 minutes, my first competitive match.
Oh, yeah, how'd you do?
We lost. I was with the team was terrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I see how we feel. I might have a little session when I get back home tonight. We'll see.
All right, man. Well, I'm on your friends list. I played with you before. You probably don't remember, but...
Who were you?
Words Are Hard 999.
Oh, I remember you.
Remember?
Yeah. We had great time. Well, I might go back on there tonight, but I'm definitely going to go on there tomorrow.
All right. Well, thanks for picking up the call, and I want to give a shout out to the Brexit boys as well.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. We love it. That's the only shout out I will allow is to the Brexit boys. 0344 499 1000. Call straight to air. 2 minutes. 2 minutes of this.